Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nintendo Pow Block here on Boss Rush Network. I'm your host, the Nice Excited ADV. Joining me is the one, the only Bossman himself, Mr. Corey Dirrig. Hello, good sir.
Hello. I am here. I think.
Why you say that for?
I'm tired, man. It's been like a really long, strange week. And I'm just ready for it to be over.
To go into the next week of weird, strange things.
I hope not. Hope not as weird as this week. That's all I'm saying. So.
Okay. Well, you do have something to celebrate, though.
Me?
Yes.
I don't have anything to celebrate.
Yes, you do.
That's not true.
Yes. You completed a goal today, a big milestone.
I didn't complete any goals today.
Your weight journey is going good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I would hope it would be going good if you've been doing it for almost 2 years.
Well, you've been dedicated. So from when you started to where you're at now, that's a big milestone. That's a great thing. That's something to celebrate, be proud of.
Yeah, I just am trying to. I'm almost there, Just got a lot. Gotta keep going, but I'm almost at a place where I can not stop, but be fine with. You know what I mean? Just almost there. So
that's good. Something it's something that you should celebrate. I won't say take pride in yourself, but something to be very proud of. Be like, yeah, I did this. Do hard work and dedication. Nothing's wrong with that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just I'm tired. I've been working out a lot more than I usually do, which is well, I took a couple, like, I would say maybe like almost 2 months off, not like eating garbage or anything, but just like not trying for like 2 months before PAX. And at PAX, I could like feel it and I could tell. And after PAX, I started working out and doing the diet thing again. And I mean, since PAX, I've lost 12 pounds. So that's one goal, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I have about 30 pounds to go, and then I'll be like, I'm gonna cut it here, because then I would be at the lowest I've ever been, and that's the goal. And I don't know if I'm ever gonna get there, because I'm just getting older and it gets harder to lose that weight and everything, right? But I'm gonna try. I'm going to try to do it before my birthday too. So I have exactly 8 weeks to do it. So I don't know how that's going to go, but I'm going to do my best.
Do your best.
It's a half a pound a day. What could go wrong? So
that means no more cheat meals. And I don't think that's gonna.
No, I do think the last 4 weeks before my birthday, though, I'm not going to do cheat meals. Because like I'm going to Boston in November, and I will just waste those meals there. So,
well, that does make sense. So,
yeah. So
yeah, I found out that we're closed on Thanksgiving Day again.
What?
Yeah, so
You're
I'm
not
gonna have
allowed.
Thanksgiving off.
You're not allowed to have Thanksgiving off.
I'm super happy to have it off. Yeah, and then I'm taking vacation the last Saturday of October, like that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I'm taking off. One of those days, I think that Monday, I'm gonna try to go. Oh no, it would have to be the weekend. They said they open up on the weekends. I want to go to a train museum that's in like Union, Illinois. I think that's the name of it. That's the name of the city. I want to go to the train museum because I haven't been there in a long time. And I'm a big person who loves trains. Trains are like one of my favorite toys that I had growing up as a kid.
Mm.
Outside of Nintendo stuff, and it's weird because you would be like, okay, a person who loves trains, and yet you haven't played Train Simulator and stuff. Well,
You don't really need to do that, do you?
right? No, not really. I'm like with the simulation games. I'm such a roller coaster tycoon kind of guy. Like, really, with roller coaster tycoon, we discussed this many times. It's building the roller coasters because I'm fascinated with roller coasters, their design, the way they feel, all of that. I'm just,
Mm.
that's a big thing for me. But
Yeah.
yeah, um trains is one of my favorite things, uh like vehicles and stuff. um so definitely, like, when I go on a train ride to Chicago, or when I was taking the train to go see um Raw in South Bend, Indiana. It was always fun taking the train ride to go see you, Corey. Like, that was that one was a great experience of traveling
Yeah.
for me.
Well,
'Cause it was
trains, man. They're not what they used to be, I guess, but still
very true.
still going. So,
Very, very true. Yes. So, everybody, fall has arrived. So, the fall snacks, besides the pumpkin spice stuff, for me, I'm so ready for sloppy joes and chili and grilled cheese and ham and tomato soup. Like, I'm ready for those kind of foods. Uh, and then, not tipping you, Corey, or anything. Um, but like, those are kind of fall foods that I'm looking forward to. Um, Along with some fall gaming, I should say.
yes.
So
Fall gaming, huh? Well, those games are coming soon, huh? Zelda Thursday.
yeah,
That'll be
mm,
exciting. Hopefully. Hopefully
yeah,
more exciting than a game I'm going to talk about soon in a couple minutes.
well,
Yikes. That's all I have to say.
oh. Well, Corey, you ready to get into some housekeeping? Because we got a great show for you guys.
We
Um,
do.
Yes. So, if you want to support Nintendo Pow Block and other podcasts, you can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/Boss Network. Subscribing to tiers on our Patreon can grant you perks like the new exclusive post shows, voting rights for Sporticast and Video Game Book Club, exclusive question threads for Spotlight Podcasts, early access to After Dark, and more. As always, though, your viewership and listenership is enough for us. Subscribe to the Boss Rush Network on YouTube and like this video. If you listen on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, or even if you don't, leave us a rating and a nice review on those platforms. You can find all of our banters, features, list codes, reviews, and more on our website, bossrush.net.
Hmm.
So Corey, do we have any current or upcoming content, spotlights, or anything?
Well, we just recorded a spotlight with Billy Basso, the creator of Animal Well. That should be going up. If not this week, then next week. We still have to send him a copy of the interview to to okay it, right? Because
Mhm.
he has a publisher, and he didn't say anything that needs deleted, and he kind of confirmed that. But it's always a gesture that we, um, you know, give to the people we interview, because we don't want we want to have good relationships, and those good relationships are more valuable to us than having that breaking news of something that small to
Yeah.
where people aren't, uh, but that's coming up. Also, I am working on scheduling way forward for 2 more spotlights for a couple games. I don't know when these are happening. I'm just throwing these out there. And Finish Line Games, and I know Stephanie has Warhorse Studios, who is the developer behind Kingdom Come Deliverance,
Mhm.
and the studio behind that, what's it called? That kind of like 90s PC simulator thing. I don't know, Stephanie's got quite a few, and then the Dead Space book club is coming up, so all that stuff's coming up.
Well, by the time you guys see this video, I will be appearing on A Gamer Looks at 40, a Retro Stories podcast. I don't know what the episode's going to be dropping, but we're going to be talking about our time with Final Fantasy VII. When it came out on PlayStation 1, I'll be talking about my time with the game, my history with that game. So I'm definitely looking forward to having that discussion, and I cannot wait for you guys to hear that discussion for it. So and then I'll be having some more banters, and I'll be finishing my pack stuff up. We kind of had some scheduling issues at work at some places, so I had to fill in and do some things, so I wasn't able to work on my pack stuff. But this week, everything is kind of back to normal. So I'll be able to work on the rest of my pack stuff and then give you guys banter. I so Corey, I was kind of upset about finding out Vince Zampella or is
Zampella?
doing for doing Battlefield 6 for Respawn.
Why? He's been in charge of Battlefield for almost 5 years now.
Was he didn't do the 20 he didn't do that last one, did he?
Executive
Oh, he
produced
did.
it. Yeah.
Oh.
He's in charge of Battlefield. He's like in charge of all of EA's shooters. He's like in charge. He's the guy.
Okay. Cuz I don't think I didn't know that he did 2046.
I mean, he didn't do it. He wasn't like the director or anything, but he was a producer on it.
Okay, yeah, this one I think he's directing, or he might be producing, executive producer also. I just know that his name came up, and there's a story out there that he's talking about that he praised the Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
And I was kind of upset about that.
Because he has total control on which games come out on which consoles. So you should be mad at
No. It kind of went from, him praising the Nintendo Switch to when the senior director or the one guy made that statement about the Switch in Titanfall 2, and just the way that when Switch came out, the way that he just tore into the Nintendo system, and then it's so weird to see that 7 years later that the person head of Respawn is kind of praising it. I'm just like, but you just let this one person just trash a system that hasn't even had time to grow, and now it has grown. It's sold millions. It's still selling. It's still doing well, and now you want to praise it. And I kind of feel like you 7 years late, dude.
I mean, how many times have your opinions changed on something in the last 7 years, though? A lot.
Yeah, they have changed a lot. Well, not Grand Theft Auto.
People can change their opinions on things,
but it was. I think my thing was just like, why?
Also, he's probably trying to build a nice working relationship with Nintendo so they can put their games on the next console. So there's multiple angles to that.
It feels like once again it's too late. Why would you want to do it now? I mean,
that's what people said about Nintendo when the Wii U was out. It's too late for them to come back, and guess what? The Switch came out. So
yeah, well, the Switch changed the whole gaming industry. Everything is trying to be like a hybrid console in a sense.
Yeah.
Well, it was just.
I think that's just not something worth getting upset about.
Well, it was. I think the upsetting part for me personally, I think it was just like you let this person who worked on one of your games just say some crazy things, and it felt like there was no repercussion.
I
So,
mean, it wasn't crazy in 2017, summer of 2017. It wasn't. Nintendo was not doing great. I mean, the Switch was started to become popular, but it wasn't
mm,
like what it is until, like a year later. I
but
mean,
it was. I mean,
also it was a super not powerful console in a time where power was important. So, um, that's another thing. And I still don't think Titanfall 2 could run on the Switch.
but I
Uh,
think it could.
in the way that they want it to, at least,
Mm,
especially in a game that focuses on multiplayer. Like, it's not a great console for online multiplayer games, at least.
mm. But I think it was more about, for a lot of people, it was really more about the campaign than it was for the multiplayer. Like, I think people had their Call of Duty in the Battlefield when it was like on Xbox One and PS4. Like, that was for that multiplayer crowd. But it's just like, for a first person shooter campaign, Titanfall 2 was so strong. Um and because it didn't sell well on those consoles and PC, um there is probably a chance that the game, if they put the time and effort into it, it might have sold well, it might have played well. But yeah, it was
Yeah,
just, I think it was just letting that guy um say those things for a system that hasn't had time to grow. And then you, as the head of the company, just saying um that, you praise Nintendo, and regardless of what people think about Apex Legends on Switch and everything, it just feels like, once again, JoJo song, a little too little, too late for me. Great that you praised it, great that you recognize what the system does, but I'm like, you're 7 years too late for that. I can understand if he would have said it maybe a year after the Switch was out, and he just kept seeing the Switch having success after success after success, and then come out and say something. But yeah, so I mean, I was gonna write a banter about that, but I think I kind of calmed down from it. I'm like, you know what, I'm a I'm gonna let it roll.
mm.
So
Yeah. Well, I mean, it kind of just is what it is, I guess. For now, I what is happening here?
so
Sorry, I got a weird thing pop up. No, I just don't think it's all that. Um, I don't know. I don't feel like it's that important at this moment. To be fair, it is what it is at this point, and I think EA and Vince Zampella want a good working relationship with Nintendo, because Nintendo is popular again, and they want to be able to put stuff on that console when they can without any sort of repercussions. So that's what's going to happen. And is that okay? Is that fair? I don't know. That's just what's going to happen.
I don't know. It's just, yeah. I think my opinion with EA and Nintendo is that
We it's well documented on this show. Your opinion of
yes.
Nintendo on this show, well documented.
I even have a Watchfish banner on that. So,
Great.
but yeah, I mean, it is just like you said. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Uh,
It is what it is at this point. It's just, who knows? I mean, if Call of Duty starts coming to Switch, then
mm,
they're gonna want Battlefield to come to Switch, right? They're not gonna want Call of Duty to dominate one platform.
true.
So
because I don't think
that's how I see it at this point.
because I don't think the 10-year thing has started yet. I think until maybe the successor. Is my assumption.
Oh, I yeah, no. No, but I think this the next Switch console from what I've been hearing, which we'll talk about in a little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
some of the stuff that's going on in there is more powerful than a Series S, so which is exciting. It's really exciting. The potential of the games that could be coming.
Mm-hmm.
So especially if they keep that console at 1080p or 1440p. Ah,
I think we talked about it. Definitely, I'm down for a 1440 if they could get it.
I mean that. Well, their Nvidia upscaling will do that. I'm not worried about that. So
Yeah.
uh,
So
yeah.
yeah. Well, Corey, how about we get into Nintendo?
Yeah, I suppose we could do that, huh?
And I'm going to start this one because it's been hot last week. I'm like, oh, good googly woogly. So I have some Baskin Robbins sherbet ice cream. Um, I got some Chip Ahoy soft cookie s'mores, which I gotta say the marshmallows that's in the s'more taste like the marshmallow from Lucky Charms, and I love Lucky Charms cereal. My
Because you're a
mom,
child. I'm just kidding. Everybody
I
likes
mean,
Lucky Charms.
it is true. Uh, um, my mom she cooked some baked chicken which was kind of spicy. But man, the meat just fell off the bone. I ate like three wings yesterday, and I was just like, this is so good. And we still got more downstairs. And she made some collard greens. Whew.
Mm.
Girl, I don't know if you ever had collard greens.
Nope, I never have. I don't even know what they look like.
Oh, really?
To be honest with you,
Collards.
no idea.
I wonder. Would you ever have a soul food dinner if someone cooked it for you?
I mean, it depends at this point. I'm very picky at what I eat, so and
Mhm.
it's not a race thing, everybody. It's just I just don't. I don't know. I would have to see what was on it, I guess.
Let's
But you know,
Would you be willing to at least give it a try? I know even though you have your choices, would you be like, you know what, for the first time experience, I'm just gonna taste test everything. Would that work?
no, I'm not a taste tester. Have you met me before?
Yes, I have met you.
Uh, okay.
Okay. And then spaghetti and meatballs I had also this last week, which was really, really good. Man, that mug put me out sleep. I was like,
I
oh.
sure it did. That is one food I do not care for.
Spaghetti and meatballs.
I do not like Italian food, like most of it.
Like lasagna.
I can't. Nope. I don't know
Is it
why.
is it
Just can't.
is it the
Oh man, it was the worst because I dated two Italian girls, and that was like I had to like force that down every weekend.
oh wow.
It was the worst, man.
Oh wow. Yeah. That's pretty much it, all that I eat, and haven't really like gone fast food eating and stuff. Um just kind of been letting my stomach take it easy.
Mm.
What about you, Corey? What you
Um,
thinking?
well, yesterday I had some pizza.
Yes.
It was Domino's. I had bacon and jalapeno pizza, and I regret like most of it. I gotta tell you, I love jalapenos and bacon, and I got extra jalapenos and bacon, and it was really good, except about 20 minutes later, like my stomach hurt so bad. I was like keeling over. It hurt so bad.
Did you have to go cleanse the soul?
No, not like that. Not like you at PAX East. No, I just I don't know, man. It was really good. It just, I don't know. It just hurt afterwards.
That's what you just said. I had 6 pieces of pizza. I regret it. I'm like,
Yeah, that probably didn't help either. The amount of pizza I ate. So I haven't eaten that much pizza in a long time. Dude, when I was younger, I used to like put away like I used to put away pizza like it was my job.
Mm.
And then I wondered why I looked like I used to. Idiot. But yeah, man. Ugh. And it was a medium pizza too. It wasn't even a large. It was a medium.
That's the $6.99 ones.
Yeah, yeah. So I can't. I've learned that I can't really eat pepperoni anymore for some reason because it just gives me terrible it just makes me feel terrible. I don't know what it is, but the last couple times I had pepperoni pizza, it just my throat was on fire, my stomach hurt. It was just a bad time, and it sucks because I love pepperoni pizza.
Did it give you like the bubbles or something, or it was just like
I don't know.
Oh wow! Well, what did you do with the other 2 slices? Did you save them for later on?
No, because they cut the pizza wrong, and I only got 6 slices. So
how they like?
Well, it was I don't. They cut it. I don't know. It was they like. I know there were 8 pizzas. I don't know. The other 2 pieces are still upstairs in the box. I guess. I don't know. I think they're. I don't know. I don't know what happened. My brain, dude. I'm so fried. I have no idea.
So you
they're upstairs in the box, I guess. I was trying to think. Well, they cut it weird, but there were still 2 pieces left because like 2 of the pieces were huge, right? Because they cut it weird.
Yeah.
But then they left like 2 really tiny pieces. So like, I don't know, man. There's 2 pieces up there somewhere, but they're gonna get thrown away because they're not gonna be good next weekend, and I'm not gonna eat them this week because I'm being strict on myself. So
yes. Okay. Right. Anything else?
No, nothing important. No. Nope.
Right.
Nope.
Well, everybody, it's time for Playing with Power. Corey, when have you been playing with Power?
So I don't remember if I said this the last time we recorded or not, but I finished Link's Awakening.
Yes.
I did talk about that last time. Okay.
Yes.
And I've been bouncing a lot between games because I haven't figured out what I wanted to play between now and Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really looking forward to the Plucky Squire, and so I started playing it. It's not very good. And then I encountered a bug where there's this puzzle, probably about 45 minutes, well, probably like 20 minutes into the game, but I'm very slow in exploring and everything, where you have to go through this puzzle and give some cat some treats so it hawks up a key so you can open a door. Spoilers, I guess. But I did that, and then I got caught in the hitbox of the cat, and so I couldn't leave the area of the cat. It just wouldn't let me move outside of the cat. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, well, I'll reload my last save. Well, guess what, Ed? I had to restart the entire game. So I did it. I went through it again, and I did the puzzle, and then I got stuck in the hitbox of the cat again the second time, and I'm like, well, I don't want to play this now because I'm mad and it's not that good anyway, which I'm really disappointed because I was really looking forward to it. I know Pat played it. I think Pat platinumed it, but it's not doing it for me. So
Yeah,
It,
I think the if you're doing the Switch version, I know there needs a lot of updates and everything.
yeah, it's not very. It's I might revisit it later, but I'm pretty disappointed in it. I'm I was really looking forward to it too. Should have saved that money for Epic Mickey 2 or Epic Mickey remastered or whatever it's called.
Which I have a funny thing about being stuck in uh about that game. But
Um,
I'll wait.
but the only other thing I've really been playing, I'm just waiting for Zelda. So I've just been playing I've just been playing Dreamlight Valley because I just can't play anything else right now. I don't know. I'm not in the I'm in that headspace again where like I just don't feel like playing games,
Hmm.
which kind of sucks because I would really like to be playing something. I just don't know what to play, and I'm just focused on 100 other things right now, and I just can't get in the mood to play something. I would I'm in that zone where like I wish we were all like close together so we could like hang out or something, but it's just
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still in that post PAX funk a little bit,
Hmm.
and I've just been trying to. I told you like I went to bed at 10 o'clock last night, um, and I still didn't sleep great, but I went to bed at 10 o'clock, and
Oh wow.
I just didn't feel like staying up and playing games. I don't know, man. I feel off. I feel really off, and it's cutting into my game time, and I don't appreciate it.
I'm
So
surprised you haven't revisit stuff in your backlog. Um,
I
and
don't know what to
everything.
play though. That's the problem. Is like I just don't know what to play. And oh, the other thing I played too, I played a little bit of Astrobot, and I wasn't really into that either.
Oh no.
I wanted to be because it looks cool, but I wasn't into it. Yeah, so I don't know. I've actually been thinking about getting rid of my PlayStation and just getting a Steam Deck or something. To be honest,
Hmm.
um, because the only games I care about on PlayStation are already on Steam Deck, so uh, or on Steam, and I would just play them there. Uh, I don't know, man. I'm just in a weird space gaming wise, and I don't know if I'm just like burnt out or what. But I mean, I am burnt out. I can tell you that 100%. But um, the show must go on, and uh, yeah, I'm just having a hard time trying to figure out what to play, and I hope Zelda cures that because I would really like to play Zelda and like it.
Yeah, that's literally gonna be my focus game. Thursday.
Yeah.
Like for a couple shows and stuff. Like I want to play it to completion. And everything. Well, is that all, Corey? That's everything.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Um, well, for me, speaking of getting stuck, I got stuck in an Epic Mickey demo, Rebrush. Um, I was on top of it's the teapots that's moving around. And there's like some things at the top. But somehow I jumped up and got stuck in the handle and couldn't move. And so I was just like, well, I guess I got enough of of the demo. Hopefully the game is polished, more polished, and I won't encounter this. Um, but it feels good on Switch for Epic Mickey. So enjoyed that little demo. Um, everything else I've been playing, Final Fantasy 7 I've been playing, so I could be ready for the discussion. I'm like almost halfway through that game. I just gotta do a little bit more. I'm at where I just met not the wizard. Um, well, yeah, meeting that one guy. And he shows us the galaxy and everything. That's where I'm at. With it. I started up like a dragon infinite wealth. Um on Xbox. Been playing more of that, enjoying it. The funny thing is, I'm not even where the demo is supposed to. Where the game is like really supposed to start. I'm kind of still like way in the intro, so I haven't even shown up on the other continent or other country and stuff. So hopefully that will happen soon. Once again, just so many cutscenes in that game. Um, I've been playing Persona 3 on Switch. I am getting to the point where the game antagonist really shows up in it. So I'm getting to that point, meaning that I got like 8 more months that I need to finish some stuff because I think you get a year um, to get to the end of the game and stuff. So I like I said, I beat Persona 3 fast on PlayStation 2. So I kind of know what I need to do to get this stuff going. Um, but I'm like, Persona 3 is a very weird one on how the plot goes because you really don't get to a plot till you meet the 3 antagonists of the game and everything. So I started up God Eater 3 on Switch. I had that just in my backlog for a long time, so I just wanted to start that. I'm close to the end of Fair Room 2. I gotta fight one more piece, and then I gotta fight the final boss, and I'll be done with that game. And then I could go to Fair Room Origins, and try to beat that. I'm playing the Fair Room Collection, everybody. So that's a game that's been on my Switch, so I'm trying to finish that. And then I started up some just to have some fun. Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, from the Street Fighter collection on Switch, the arcade one. Just uh, need to sharpen up my skills again because it's been such a long time that I played it. That I was just really just playing around and having fun. I really wasn't like focusing, didn't care if I run or lost. But I'm just like, I need to get back into this game and focus and take time. But I played with Ryu and not Akuma for it. So yeah, that's pretty much what I am playing. I know Echoes of Wisdom is the big game, but hopefully this week I could pick up Star Wars Outlaws, Vision of Mana. I think the Plicky Squire, I'm going to wait and hopefully that game gets patched.
Yeah. If you have if anybody out there has PlayStation Plus Extra, it's part of the extra program right now. So if you don't feel like we've sold you on the game, you can try it out there. But
and then there's a game called Bakaru, that was on the last Nintendo Direct that was in June. That one, it was in Japanese one, but it just ended up getting localized for here, and it's from the creators of The Legend of the Mystical Ninja. So they have a new game out. I need to buy that one. That was a game that I was waiting for when I seen it, but I didn't expect them to localize it and bring it here. But that's another game that I've been waiting for. So I kind of got some games in line that I need to pick up, like I said, along with Echoes of Wisdom, because I know next month is going to be packed. Metaphor Fantasia is going to be a big one. I guess Silent Hill 2 is a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah.
For a year. So I could wait on that. I don't think Xbox got anything. I know they got Microsoft Flight Sim coming. I don't think Microsoft got anything planned or third party stuff coming.
Well, we'll know on this week Tokyo Game Show. The rumor is Final Fantasy VII Remake, the 16 and the Pixel remasters are all coming. Is the rumor right now, which would be great because then I could really get rid of my PlayStation 5.
And Space Marine 2, Warhammer 40K, I need to pick up also.
I heard that game was really good. I would like to play that very much. I really liked that first one. on 360. I wish it was backwards compatible. I don't know why it's not.
Yeah, I never got a chance to play. Well, I didn't own the 360 at the time.
I do know that it is on Steam, the first one. It's still like $60 though. So
yeah, I could watch a playthrough. I'm fine. But yeah, 2 I do want to play for it. And then I am probably making my list for a PlayStation Pro on what game to get. Definitely Astrobot is one I'm going to get. And then I'll probably just like rebuy like Horizon and Ghost, just see how much they cost. If they're cheap uh PlayStation Network, I'll get it there. If not, or the PlayStation Store. If not, I won't worry about it because I like own them for PS4.
yeah.
So and everything.
Well, you can just pay the $10 upgrade and get the.
I can't
Because
all my versions are physical.
you can still buy the $10 upgrade for if you have a physical one. If you have a physical edition, it just applies itself to the disc, or it applies itself to like as a DLC patch.
Mm-hmm.
And once you put the disc in, it'll read it as the upgrade.
But I'm not buying the disc drive for the Pro.
Oh, well, then you know what, Ed? I don't know what to tell you. Okay. Go.
So.
I don't know. I'll sell you my PS4 or 5. It's cheaper.
What would you do with the money?
Get a Steam Deck. or buy LeRon's ROG Ally, or more importantly, pay for any upcoming trips that I may or may not have. So that would be the smarter move.
The true thing.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm just in this really strange headspace of what to do with stuff. Oh well.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah, well, if Rebirth come to Xbox, then I won't worry about it. If not, then I'll definitely get Rebirth on PlayStation, on Pro, and everything. So
yeah, that's a game I still want to play, but I need to finish the first one first. I know I don't have to, but I need to finish the original first before I play those. I re-downloaded it. Maybe I'll start playing that again.
Okay.
We'll see. Who knows? Who really knows? Who knows?
Well, Corey, how about we get into Femi News? Take it away.
Oh. Sorry, I didn't mean to yawn. I'm just tired. Life's tough. Get a helmet. All right. Our first story comes from the a little late to the party, but Nintendo and the Pokemon Company are filing a lawsuit against the Pow World developers, Pocket Pair. They are filing a patent lawsuit against Pocket Pair, and a lot of people were wondering why this didn't happen. 6 months ago when the game came out?
Yeah,
but the gist of the argument goes into, well, they didn't have any trademark infringement, so let's find something else. And they're apparently finding some patent infringement, which is I don't know what
the patent parts. They haven't said anything.
Yeah,
so that's the one we're still waiting for.
Yeah, so Richard Hogue. So if you don't know who he is, he's a lawyer based out of Michigan, but he also has a YouTube channel called Virtual Legality, which kind of dives into the legal aspects of the video game industry and kind of the interesting or important parts of that. And he actually had an interesting tweet that he said, Uh, Probably going to need more specifics before I can comment more completely. But Power World is such a different type of game from Pokemon. It's hard to imagine what patents, not copyrights, might have been even plausibly infringed. Initial gut reaction is Nintendo may be reaching, which I think is a lot of people's thing. He actually specializes in business law, American business law, and so uh, yeah, I don't know. I feel like Power World is such a different game,
Yeah.
right? That like,
Hmm.
what are the? I mean, I don't even know why this is a thing. I don't know if Nintendo will. I mean, Nintendo wins a lot of lawsuits, but I don't know if they're gonna win this one, because I just don't know what they're gonna do unless there's some sort of capture mechanic that they're using. Pocket Pair did come out and say that um, they don't know, they are unaware of any patents that they may have infringed on, because
Yeah.
they developed this not as a Pokemon game. They said it's, their obviously their designs are highly inspired by, but not, it's a survival game. It's not a RPG, right? So
G
I don't know.
battle. Yeah.
I don't know.
And the thing about it is that Nintendo name was added to this. Is really the Pokemon company who was suing them, and this is really Japanese law. Everybody, so they do things different than the way that we would see it and everything. But I think the headline is because Nintendo's name been added on it. Everybody goes for Nintendo because Nintendo and lawsuits. People have seen what Nintendo could do when it comes to the law and to the court. You know, uh,
Mhm.
so I'm like, just everybody. I know people are been dogging Nintendo and calling them evil and all of this and all of that, but I'm like, for this one, I'm like, it's really the Pokemon company. Nintendo name is just attached to it because once again, Nintendo doesn't own Pokemon. Uh, the Pokemon company does. So if they ever wanted to take it off Nintendo's console and put it on somewhere else, the Pokemon company can.
Yeah. So
So
I don't know. We'll see. I think I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they really have anything to go after unless there's just really something behind, like way deep that we just can't see or understand right now.
mhm, yeah,
Anyways, we're gonna keep an eye on that, but we're also gonna move forward because there is a Zelda game coming out very soon, and our next story revolves around that. There are, in case you missed any of the videos coming out or any of the news, uh, dungeons are returning to Zelda in Echoes of Wisdom. I don't know if we really thought that they weren't, but in case everybody was kind of concerned that they were going to maybe do this, Tears of the Kingdom route where we have shrines instead of full on dungeons. Except, well, I guess Tears of the Kingdom had dungeons, but you know what I mean.
yeah,
This is more of the traditional Zelda dungeon style thing. So cool, neat, great. I'm very ready for this game. I really hope it's
yes,
as good as the demo was at PAX because it was awesome.
yes, yes. I'm assuming we'll probably get reviews
Uh-huh.
uh this week. I could actually say because I know some people said the game got leaked or the whole game was online and stuff like that. I haven't seen no one post anything. Um, I know I read a comment that someone was live streaming the game like on TikTok or something. Um, but yeah, ever since that news story that the game was leaked and it was out or stuff like that, and about spoilers, really no one's been talking about it. I haven't heard anything, or people really blocked any spoilers and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. I'm excited. I hope. It seems like Grezzo. I mean, Grezzo was confirmed to be the developer. I don't know why that
Developer.
was a surprise to anybody, but
Right.
very excited to see what they can do um, with this. So,
I know one of the things is because I know people are ready for the reviews. Is there a chance that it's going to be a 89, or is it going to beat, um, does that have a chance to beat Astrobot for Metacritic or tie it? I know that's kind of like the big thing, but I really don't think I don't think it's going to be Astrobot in the rating Metacritic space, but I think a lot of people are definitely going to enjoy this game.
mhm.
You know,
Yeah. Um, yeah. So where was I going with this? I was going to say something and then I lost it. So if I think of it, we'll come back to it. But right now, we're going to talk about the Switch 2. As many people have found out last week, the Switch 2's supposed design docs, the CAD design docs, which I haven't seen CAD designs in so long. CAD is uh, a term that usually architects use for computer aided design for designing buildings and the architecture and the kind of the stuff that we don't think about when houses are built in other
yeah,
buildings. And computer aided design. I took a lot of CAD classes when I was in college, so that was interesting to see. Uh, but a Chinese website claims to have leaked the Switch successor designs, and they look pretty similar to the Nintendo Switch. The Joy Cons are a lot more rounded, I would say,
hmm
to make the shape look actually more Vita esque than anything. I mean, it's not that round. It looks kind of like the Switch and the Vita kind of merged together.
yeah,
The screen is the 8-inch LCD screen. So somebody 3D printed this also, this CAD design. I don't know if you saw that and was comparing sizes to this and the Steam Deck and the regular Switch and the Switch Lite, a bunch of size comparisons. And it's a nice size. I mean, it's an 8-inch screen instead of a 7.2. So you get almost an extra inch of screen size. The bezel on
hmm
the screen seems to be almost gone like the OLED. So that'll be nice. Which was like my big kind of knock on the original console was that huge bezel in between the screen and the edge, right? Like that
yeah,
kind of black border around the screen.
screen, yeah.
The
Which is
Joy-Con.
which
Oh,
is weird. Oh, I'm sorry, Corey. Before you go on, it was weird because you really didn't see it when I guess I missed it. Like when they first showed up the Switch, it was hard to pay see it. But then I think when I got it into my hands and I seen it, I'm like, oh, okay, I see where they
yeah,
going, what they did and everything. And then when you see the OLED, you be like, oh, you can see the difference.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, on top of that, like the Joy Cons, they look like they attach a little bit different, which the rumor is that they are magnetic, right? So
Mm-hmm.
um, they would look a little bit different than the regular Joy Cons. Some of the features kind of look different. The one that looks the craziest, which is kind of the innards of this console, seem to have been leaked as well, like a photo of it, and
Yeah.
looks like a some sort of board and some circuitry going on here. Uh, this, I mean, I would be shocked if the next console did not look extremely similar to this. Even if I hadn't seen this, like, I mean, this is going to be the Switch 2, right? That's the rumor. It's just going to be called the Switch 2. And so
Yes.
I don't know. I don't have any like surprising opinions on this except that I hope we get to see it soon because it is a I'm ready for it. I'm kind of I'm not done with the Switch because I play it every day, but like I'm ready for
Yeah.
something a little bit more powerful and something that is new. And there's always something about new hardware, right? And I just kind of want that.
I kind of feel like we won't get anything till March of next year when their new quarter starts. And I think I think I'm gonna roll with you on this one, Corey, that Metroid Prime 4 will probably be the connecting game
Hmm.
for it.
Yeah, I
Connecting.
mean that seems to be the kind of going thing at the moment, right? Is just that's going to be the connective game at this point. So
Because
I
like
I mean I don't see, but I don't know though because like I mean I guess the thing is they would have to confirm some sort of thing like Xbox's smart delivery or something of that
yeah.
nature, right? Of like there's gonna be cross platform games, right? But if you play it on this, it'll be better, and if you play it on the other thing, it'll be better. And they got to confirm stuff like that. I think Metroid will be the real test, but also like I don't know if it will be. I don't really care if it is or not. I just
Because
it
because literally out of everybody who would get a development kit from Nintendo for the successor, my bet would definitely be Microsoft because of Call of Duty and Minecraft and maybe some of their other games and stuff. If they decide to put it, then they would be like for just US, they would be like the definitive to be like, okay, it's happening because they have a development kit, so we know that they're making something for it. Sony probably would get a development kit too because of MLB the Show.
I mean, so the other thing too this week that we didn't really talk about was that um developers and publishers were at Nintendo of America this week.
Yes.
Confirmed by Limited Run Games, they were there, looking at something secret. So, I wonder what that could be. Um, and I know there were rumors that a bunch of other companies were there, including Microsoft. So, I mean, Microsoft is right across the street. So, I mean,
That's
whatever.
not surprising.
I mean, this is cool. It's happening. Things are happening. This is very exciting, Ed. This is only our second console launch on this show. I think people are forgetting that, but it's exciting.
Yeah,
Quite
it
exciting.
is.
So
I think it's definitely gonna be a moment when the trailer drops, and hopefully, God make allow this to happen. That when the trailer drops, you working from home, I'm off, or not at work. We see the trailer and be like, okay, do we have 10 minutes to hop on and record something?
yeah, 10 minutes.
Like,
When is anything we've done taken 10 minutes, Ed?
I
Come
mean,
on.
it's gonna be our reactions, like, because you already know our reaction is gonna lead to all the possibilities.
Sure.
Can it like what's gonna be the launch lineup? Who's like pretty much at this time, most of Japan publishers are already signed on. Bandai Namco, um, Sega, Capcom, Konami, um, who else? Koei Tecmo. Like, they probably all signed on. Definitely, those are kind of like the big recognizable ones. And then like maybe like Natsume and some of the other smaller companies. Definitely in Japan they have all signed on. Europe and the US is going to be very interesting because I know like Devolver Digital is going to be signing on. Like they would be crazy not to sign on, and getting all of those games. Um, at the time we don't know about Annapurna, so that's a question mark. Uh, but I
Yeah.
think a lot of the indies are developers and stuff and publishers are definitely signing on for it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
like I think Focus is it Focus Entertainment. I think
Yeah,
Focus Entertainment.
yeah,
You know.
hmm yeah. I mean, we'll definitely find out sooner or later. Um, but this is, I think, the Switch 2 is obviously we're excited for it, and our community is excited for it, and a bunch
Mm-hmm.
of people are really excited for it. I think Nintendo, what they're doing, what they've been able to do with the Switch is nothing short of spectacular, no matter which way you look at it, right? Like they've changed games again, right? I mean, they tried to change it with the Wii, and for the most part kind of did with, at least for a time, where everybody was trying to copy the motion control thing, and
Mm-hmm.
they tried to get ahead of the second screen experience thing, and with the Wii U, and it was that tech was interesting, right? But like never really took off. But like now it's, how do we take your existing library on the go, and the Switch is doing that. And I mean, Gabe Newell came out and said that the Steam Deck is heavily inspired by what the Switch has done. Like the Steam Deck takes your Steam library with you wherever you go, and
Mm-hmm.
except for like the rare game that has some sort of weird, like Destiny is not playable on the Steam Deck, right? Because of the cheat engine stuff, and just a lot of the things, they just can't be played on the Steam Deck for some reason.
Right.
Which is another reason why I've held off on a Steam Deck, is because Destiny cannot be played on it. Not that it matters that much really anymore, but plus, like, I could play streaming. I could cloud stream Destiny from my Xbox to the Steam Deck if I really wanted to, but it's and then obviously all these other handheld PCs like the ROG Ally has tried to take all of your PC gaming stuff and put it on one device, and which works to varying degrees of success, according to
Mm-hmm.
Laurent. And then you have like the MSI Claw and the Legion Go and the whatever else things are coming out, to the point where Microsoft and Sony are heavily rumored to be putting out their own devices on their next generation of consoles. And that would also be huge. I think having that convenience, right? We are in a generation of convenience over quality, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
We have hit the point of diminishing returns on consoles, right? Games will barely look better. They will barely run better. Like, it is not the Super Nintendo to N64 or the PlayStation 2 to the Xbox 360 generation. It is not that anymore, right? I
Right.
mean, a lot of PS5 games, you look at late generation PS4 games and look at PS5 games, and they look awfully similar.
Mm-hmm.
They look awfully similar. And it's not anybody's fault or anything. It's just like, this is just where we're at in terms of how great games can look, right? You look at The
Graphical
Last of Us Part
fidelity.
2. You look at, what I mean, there are very few games that you are like, wow, that looks like a next gen game. I think Hellblade is one of those games.
Yep.
I would say Horizon Forbidden West is one of those games, but that is a PlayStation 4 game. So like, what do I know? It's just, it's really crazy what games can do on the hardware that's available. And the way to change the game is to literally change the game. And Nintendo has done that. And,
Mm-hmm.
Valve has done that. And Microsoft and PlayStation are looking to follow suit, right? Cloud is clearly not taking off the way they've wanted it to, right? Especially for
Right.
Microsoft. So they're looking at new ways to take your library with you. PlayStation has been putting games on PC. They're putting games on. I mean, they're putting another game on Switch, right? Freedom Wars.
Yeah, everybody was going crazy about
Yeah,
that.
I'm excited for Freedom Wars. I liked Freedom Wars.
I've never heard of the game.
Oh my gosh, it was a Vita exclusive. It's like It's kind of like I don't want to say it's like a Monster Hunter game, but it's like
Mm.
a kind of Monster Hunter esque mixed with some RPG JRPG stuff going on. I guess what do you call it? Oh my gosh, what's that game the other game that came out that was kind of Monster Hunter esque? Anyways, it's basically that, and it's coming to Switch, and it's a PlayStation IP. Now, granted, Bandai Namco is publishing it for
Hmm.
PlayStation on the Switch, but still PlayStation IP. So that's now three
I
PlayStation IP that are now on Nintendo consoles, right?
I wonder if that was a game that um just didn't come out everywhere.
What, Freedom Wars?
Yeah, because
It came out.
I never got it at Toys R Us, and so maybe that's why I never heard of it. I didn't get it at Toys.
I
I
mean, it
don't
came out.
remember.
It came out way after PlayStation gave up on the Vita. So
Okay, then we probably had stopped distribution with for their games and
yeah, I know
stuff.
the physical copy of that game was relatively hard to find after that initial release, and a lot of people
Hmm.
just downloaded it. Um, so yeah.
Yeah, so many people just like I had so many fun memories with this game, and I'm just like I
Mhm.
never heard of this game.
Yeah, it was a cool game. I really liked it, and then my Vita died. So,
Oh no.
and then I never replaced it because I didn't care that much to do that. But yeah, I mean, I think you're gonna see a PlayStation handheld sooner than later, and I think it's gonna be about as powerful as either a PS4 Pro or a base
Mhm.
PS5 at some point. And then you're gonna start seeing games scale. You're gonna have to. Uh, And I know developers don't like to do that, but guess what? The games are going to start costing $70 and $80 next generation. You're going to have to make them scale to hardware because this is the way the industry is going. Um, and it's Nintendo's fault, right? I mean, I'm happy for it, but it's Nintendo's
Mhm.
fault. You can't not sit here and say that it's not. So, um, I'm ready. I'm ready for the Switch 2. I hope it's backwards compatible. I mean, I think the conversation of backwards compatibility is dead, right? Like these, especially with the push for digital libraries, backwards
Yeah.
compatibility has to be a thing on every console moving forward, right?
And I think Furukawa did say that they want to make sure that it's easier. Like he didn't confirm backwards compatibility. That's why we're still hoping it. But he was just like with everybody's NSO, um, if you subscribe to NSO, your cloud saves and everything. They're hoping that they can make it an easier process for the next successor or going on from now on with NSO, that your saves and stuff carry over, your information stuff carry out over. So if that happens, then yeah, the Switch successor would be backwards compatible.
Mm-hmm.
And Nintendo knows that people would definitely be buying their systems if they could do it. And right now, they just want to make sure that um that doesn't interfere with their regular Nintendo Switch console sales and
Mm-hmm.
everything. You
Yeah,
know, they still want to be able to have like, okay, this is an option for people who may not be able to afford a Switch 2 yet. We still got the OLED, which will still provide you value and entertainment with these games.
yeah,
And then when you're ready to upgrade, you can bam, buy it and then carry your games over.
yeah. So we'll see. I'm excited to see what this console does. I'm excited to see how powerful it is. I'm excited to see what games it's launching with,
Mhm.
and we will definitely be keeping an eye on it. But Ed, that is all
I
of our news stories for the
Yeah, I
day.
actually was thinking about, with all the games that are out for Nintendo Switch, with their successor coming, what 10 games would you make for their launch lineup?
Mm.
So if you want to put Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom like a combo pack, you can. Or
I mean,
um
I would be shocked if they didn't have some sort of like upgrade for those games
mhm.
to run at like some sort of steady frame rate and up resed graphics and some sort of whatever, right? I would be shocked, but
Well,
also
shoot,
it's probably not a priority at this point.
was it Sword of Shield that had the problems for Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever the last two Pokemon games is, if that Switch successor could fix it, I think everybody would probably be like, that'd be the test to try, um, try it and everything.
Hmm.
I think definitely Fire Emblem Three Houses and
I
Smash
mean,
Ultimate.
I wonder if the next console will launch with a Pokemon game. And I know and what I'm saying is, I know Pokemon is, even when a new console comes out, usually comes out in the last generation of consoles because there's an install base.
Yes.
But if there's backwards compatibility and the new console can add some oomph, for lack of a better term, to those games, like,
yeah,
what a launch that would be. You would have probably, I would be assuming, a 3D Mario game, Metroid Prime 4, and a Pokemon game all launching with this thing. If this launches next fall or next summer or whatever, right? Man, could you imagine? And then sprinkles the Zelda ports in there somewhere, or
the Zelda ports. Mario Kart 9 would be what I think everybody would be looking for. Be like, are we going to get, like, we're going to get it on successor, but
that's coming out before, you better believe that's coming out before Christmas. That's going to be a holiday game at some point, Mario Kart 9.
You think it's a good holiday game though?
Yes.
To get more
Mario Kart 8 has sold almost 70 million copies. Are you kidding?
Of course it's still doing bangbusters. I know that. But I'm just saying, but because of Mario Kart 8 being was like, I think it was like the April game, when Switch was after the Switch came out, I think it was the April game,
and
it's just been selling. So yeah. I'm thinking that would Nintendo want to recreate that, or do they save it for Christmas holiday season and be like, bam, this is the holiday game? Because like if Xbox and PlayStation don't really have anything at this time, then yeah, that game is going to sell multitudes of systems and games. That may be the 1-to-1 seller, like Breath of the Wild was for Switch.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of wonder, what month would you do it in? Do you do it like in November? Is that like a good time?
I mean, you could do it. You could make it like the October. Also, it depends on when the console comes out, right?
Yeah.
Like, I would assume the console would come out in like August or September, and then the launch game would have to be the Mario game, right?
Yes.
I would assume the launch game would be the Mario game. I would assume Metroid Prime would be the summer game, and then you would help promote the new console with Metroid Prime looking and running better, right? Along with the Mario game, and start advertising Pokemon. Because, like, what I would imagine, theoretically, if this console doesn't come out in March, April, May timeframe,
yes,
you would launch the console in September with the Mario game. I think Metroid Prime would either be, also, you got to get the Metroid Prime 2 and 3 out in the spring.
Oh yeah, those would definitely need to drop. Like, that is no question now.
Yeah,
definitely after the successor remaster. I think doing 3 million plus. Yeah, they would be insane not to do 2 and 3 now.
Yeah, I think you would have to. I think you would launch with Mario. October would be Pokemon. Well, Pokemon's always November, so I guess you would have to put Pokemon in November. So October would probably be Mario Kart, I guess.
Luigi's Mission 4.
No, it's too soon. I think it's too soon. or you would launch with one of the Zelda ports in October and put Mario Kart out in December. I don't know, because you're going to want a game out all 4 months.
Yes.
I guarantee you one of them's going to be a port of something. My guess would be Zelda. And then Pokemon would be an easy one because it's about time, right, for a new Pokemon game. Well, I guess Legends is coming out though in what, February?
I think 2025. I don't even think that game got dated yet.
It's in February. It's in the spring. I think they said 2/25. Maybe I anyways, that game's coming out early next year.
Yeah.
So, but they've put out multiple Pokemon games in the same year anyway. I don't know, man. There's a lot.
We need I really think we need a Pokemon Direct to confirm.
Well, yeah, there will be, right? It seems like
right. Because I'm like, if they talk about the trading card and all of this stuff, Pokemon, I think at the end of that Pokemon Direct, if they announce what is the next mainline Pokemon game, that is a chance that they could get it out in 2025. Now, it's up to Game Freak because they're still working on their own game whenever that comes out. So it's very juggle right there. But I feel like Pokemon will miss the launch year and drop that following year due to time and development, not development costs, but I think due to a time planning thing.
Yeah, man, we could do a whole something on this, but
we could table it for a special pass for future special pass.
Yeah, well,
I mean, at least that'll give us time to think and form our opinions and stuff. Because us, like, we'll have our opinions and then we'll be like, oh, that could happen, and then this could happen. We could play off of that.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's gonna do it for stories, Ed.
All right.
So, throwing it back to you.
Okay. Well, everybody, we do have just a quick boss rush banter. The future of Zelda, the future of 2D Zelda is promising. This one comes from our very own, 1 second, everybody. I have to load it again. Kyle Fraser. He's talking about The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. And so you guys could give that one a look. I think because we got the remake of Link's Awakening and how that took off and the love that game got, it looks like that 2D Zelda is still a big part of just not the Zelda franchise, but to gamers everywhere. So if Echoes of Wisdom is still a hit, people could see more of the 2D Zeldas coming out in the future. Like Grezzo could be like that main developer of these 2D Zeldas. And we can also see some remakes of the old games and everything. But do you think, Corey, that 2D Zelda is still important to not only Nintendo but to gamers everywhere?
Yeah, I mean, 2D top-down Zeldas are. I've seen a lot of support for top-down Zeldas in our community over the years. I am one who prefers the 3D over the 2D. I'm just, I'm not. I don't know. I just I didn't grow up playing the 2D Zeldas. So they're just never on my mind ever. I mean, it's something I would like to rectify at some point. especially the NES and and Super Nintendo games. But I just they're not really on my mind all the time. I mean, the Link's Awakening remake is the first 2D Zelda I've ever finished. So, I guess maybe second because I finished the Minish Cap. But I I think that they are important because it provides no pun intended, a different perspective on the series. It provides a new variety of game type in a franchise that people love, right? Um, and it allows Nintendo to be more flexible with their franchises, right? Like you have the 2D and 3D Mario games, you have the 2D and 3D Zelda games, you have um all sorts of things that you could do with other franchises. You have spin-off games, you have there's all these things that you can do with all these franchises, and Zelda just happens to have a history in a lot of different not a lot of different, but different styles and different genres. And
Yeah.
um and I think the other thing that 2D games allow is that traditional Zelda experience that people kind of want the 3D games to go back to.
Yes.
In a way, right? Like not everybody is thrilled with the openness, I would say, of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, which I see the point. I mean, but that just that just allows Nintendo to revisit that traditional 3D Zelda at some point also, right? Like you now have 3 different styles of Zelda you can play with instead of 2. And I think the open world Breath of the Wild games are important. I think they're fantastic. The building was a little much for me in Tears of the Kingdom. I much prefer the simplicity of Breath of the Wild in that manner, but that's me. But also, like, you look at Echoes of Wisdom and see how they're taking that freedom of the 3D games and applying it to the 2D game, but still having the traditional dungeons and the traditional kind of map and everything. So, I think the 2D games allow for a different type of experience for people. And I know a lot of people that are playing Switch with their kids, or a lot of Switch owners are older players that grew up playing the Game Boy or the Super Nintendo or the NES and really love those experiences. They defined their gaming experiences as kids. And so that hit of nostalgia is a powerful drug, man. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah.
As someone who has been reliving a lot of nostalgic things, both good and bad, in the last month or so, like, nostalgia is a very, very powerful drug, and you give people even a hint of that somewhere in a franchise that they are nostalgic for, in the style of game that they're nostalgic for, they're gonna bite. And so I think Nintendo can use that to their advantage and say, and even for newer players or kids or something, right? Like,
yes,
you look at Link's Awakening remake or Echoes of Wisdom, and just the way the game looks super approachable for kids, right? Like, yeah, the mechanics are hard. I think Echoes of Wisdom's mechanics are going to be extremely difficult for children to learn, but they're extremely approachable, right? They look like toys. It looks like a diorama and toys hopping around a toy city and all this kind of stuff. And it's going to do a lot for that. It's going to do a lot for that series or that game, just the approachability. I don't think it's going to sell nearly as well as Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild, but I think you could see, like, within the first year, like a 5 million, 6 million, like Skyward Sword HD-esque sales numbers, which is not terrible at all. So, yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Ed? I've kind of been rambling about this and
I think
directions.
I agree with you with everything you said, because I think the 2D Zeldas are still important to Nintendo. like you mentioned, nostalgia. It's about that, for us as adults who grew up with the Zelda series. It's our experience with it. It's the memories. It's the talks that we had at school with friends and stuff. Now that we having with communities and other people online, it's just it's that the 2D Zeldas just have something to them that um is easy to identify, and like it really just created like this own kind of lore for people who were able to really dig deep into the Zelda universe. A lot of stuff came from the 2D Zeldas before the 3D Zeldas came out. So and speaking of kids playing it, like it's a game that kids can play with parents or with their brother or sister or whoever, with their other friends, and expose them to logic problems, expose them to puzzle solving, and going on this adventure. It may take some time for them to grasp and stuff, but I'm like, if people help guide them through those games and stuff, um, it may get to a point where kids might be like, you know what, I want to try to do this on my own and see what happens. And there's going to be some failure here and there, but I think the 2D Zelda games allows you to be like, okay, you failed, let's try it again. And at some point, and definitely with the modern games, they'll be like, we can help guide you if need so, and
Mm-hmm.
everything. um but yeah, it's, you mentioned like Mario, Kirby's been through it with the 2D and 3D. Metroid Prime, Metroid with the Prime games, and um Metroid, like the regular Metroid games and stuff, with Dread being like the last kind of 2D game that was out and stuff. That we actually thought that we would never see another 2D Metroid, and Dread came out and was a big hit, and then we got the Prime games. So I think Nintendo knows that when they could take a series that started off 2D and make it 3D, they could always go back to the 2D series if it makes sense to them, and make a great product, make a great game to put out for people to play. And I think that's what kind of the Zelda game has been. Link's Awakening kind of needed that remake because it came out so like 2 decades ago, like
Mm-hmm.
way back on the Game Boy Color. So it's a new generation, a new audience to play it. So if they could spruce it up, give it some kick, and make it run a little bit better, why not revisit and put it out for kids and families to get into? I mean, it literally, with even just Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, people were um getting all the Zelda games and playing them with their kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then when kids got to play Wind Waker, they got to enjoy it, and everybody was just like, I think that's where that love for Wind Waker being on Switch is coming from, because of all the stuff that people have played with Wind Waker on GameCube and on Wii U. And to get their kids now who probably own their own Switch, who may have never played Wind Waker, this is a chance for them to experience that game and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And you got NSO with Link, with Zelda 1 and Zelda 2 and Link to the Past and stuff. The only one that's really missing is Link Between Worlds and stuff. So you got a lot of the history of the Zelda games on Switch. Um and these 2D games could be some of the new history for a lot of kids. So I think that 2D games, and with Zelda in particular, is very important to Nintendo. It does look promising, as long as, I mean, I believe that the 2D Zelda games are always going to be executed with a high level of quality. You got
Mm-hmm.
Anuma and you got Miyamoto still alive and kicking it, making sure that those games are, at the top, at the highest of quality that they can present. You know, they probably don't want to see the Zelda games, fall by the wayside and everything.
Yeah. Well, I think I don't think anybody has any fears of 2D Zeldas going away for a while, unless Echoes of Wisdom just doesn't sell at all, which I don't
Mm-hmm.
see happening. So, but yeah,
Okay. Corey, your camera look like it's shaky.
is it? I don't know. I'm
Okay.
bouncing my
There you
leg,
go.
so it's probably why. Oh well,
Oh,
it's fine.
okay. It's like there's no
Got a
earthquake
lot of.
happening. Oh. Well, Corey, how about we get into Pack Watch, the games that's coming this week? Did you want me to read them or?
I mean, I can read them if I can get there. Okay.
You know what? Let's double team this one. We never
No,
did a double team one.
no, I don't double
Come
team
on,
anything.
let's try it.
On 9/24, Disney Epic Mickey Rebrushed. This beautiful remake sends Mickey Mouse on an epic journey through the wasteland, a realm of forgotten Disney characters. As Mickey, you will dive into fantastical world and, armed with a paintbrush and thinner, shape your adventure and the fate of this alternate world. This game kind of signaled Oswald the Lucky Rabbit's comeback, which
Mm-hmm.
was really huge, because Disney history nerds may know that before Mickey Mouse, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit was Disney and Brothers Animation Co. Uh, that was their first animation short for NBC, and their contract stated that NBC owned the character and not the Disney Brothers. So when they set out to do new things, they decided that they were going to create characters that they would own, and that's how Mickey Mouse was born. And this is a fictional take on if Oswald had become the central figure of Disney and not Mickey Mouse. That's what the Wasteland is like all of the ideas that got thrown away because Oswald was not part of the Disney family. So,
And I did not know that any of that history until this game came out. Until Warren Spector was talking about it. I didn't. I literally thought Mickey Mouse was Disney's first character that's been gone for years. Didn't know about Oswald or anything.
yeah. So, can't wait. I'm excited for that.
I am too.
So. Uh, Also on 9/24, the Aura of Worlds is coming. Explore dangerous worlds where you'll need to creatively use your skills and leverage the environment to your advantage. Explore, run, hook, fight, and charm your way through ever-changing deadly mazes, overcoming powerful guardians. Cool. On 9/26, Silver Ave Avenue. I don't know. The Honest
I
Elf.
think it's Silver Axe. I think I put it wrong.
Oh, you spelled it wrong. Silver
Yeah.
Axe, the Honest Elf. Complete a fairy tale epic adventure with the animals of the forest. After the goddess fell asleep, the forest gradually began to collapse. Generation after generation, the elves chose brave warriors to who took up the goddess's silver axe and returned to the forest, trying to save the goddess and the forest. But all failed. Now you are the last chosen elf warrior, and it is your turn to complete this great adventure.
This is how it was written on Nintendo's website. So don't blame me. I didn't write this.
So 9/26, also a little game called The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. The people of Hyrule are being stolen away by strange rifts and have appeared throughout the kingdom, with a certain swordsman among them missing. It's up to Princess Zelda to save her kingdom in a brand new adventure in the Legend of Zelda series. So,
Yes.
looking forward to that as well.
Definitely
A lot of
Epic
games coming
Mickey.
out.
Yeah, definitely Epic Mickey and Zero Echoes of Wisdom are my two must haves.
Yeah.
So
But that's it, Ed.
All right, and I did put out for questions, but we didn't get anything. So hopefully we will have questions for next week, everybody. But thanks for listening and or watching Nintendo Pow Block, which is a part of the Boss Rush Network. If you enjoy our discussion, please do subscribe on YouTube or your favorite podcast application. You can support us over on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. Thanks everybody for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye everybody. Woohoo!
Goodbye. If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dirrig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel, and Todd Oxtra. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.